let's move to the NBA. As Luka Dončić attempts to fill the leadership void that LeBron left in LA. Luka's first big move, a 4-day team minicamp in his native Slovenia, slated for August, all on Luka's dime. The Lakers added a bevy of new players this offseason. Tone, does this minicamp make you more bullish on their upcoming season?
My short answer is no, because they don't have LeBron James anymore. Perhaps you read about that he's not there anymore. And I don't think anybody collectively that they have brought in can actually balance that out. I don't. But I think the subtext here is the Lakers are saying LeBron is now gone. This is Luka's team. All right, so we're going to have this Luka's European summer adventure. We're all going to go to Slovenia. We're going to play a little bit of golf. We're going to do a little bit of tourism. We're going to eat some good food. Luka's going to spring for all the money here. We're going to have a fabulous bonding experience. And it's Luka. It's not LeBron. We're going to have a new day and a new team. Who wants some Slovenian sausages? Now, to answer the question directly, I mean, maybe the players will be happier this year. Maybe they will be closer this year. LeBron won't be there to berate them if he ever berated them. It's Luka's deal right now, but to the answer to it, does it make me more bullish on him? No.
The Lakers are no longer LeBron James' team. The franchise has officially entered a new era, and that era belongs to Luka Dončić. Alongside Luka, Austin Reeves, and a completely revamped roster, Los Angeles is aiming to build the NBA's next championship contender. On paper, the Lakers have the talent to challenge any team in the Western Conference. Excitement is growing across the league, and for the first time in years, Lakers fans are looking ahead with optimism instead of clinging to the past. However, one major weakness could derail everything before this new chapter even begins. For the first time in years, the Lakers are moving forward without building their identity around LeBron James. His leadership, presence, and influence are no longer at the center of the organization. For more than 6 seasons, every major decision, every expectation, and every championship discussion revolved around LeBron. Whether the team won or lost, he remained the focal point. Now, that responsibility belongs to Luka Dončić, and he has already made it clear that he is ready to lead. Even before the season begins, Luka has taken the initiative by organizing a 4-day Lakers minicamp in his home country of Slovenia, personally paying for the entire trip. This isn't just another off-season workout, it's a message to the team. Luka wants his teammates to experience his culture, his environment, and the mentality that helped shape him into one of the NBA's brightest stars. Spending time together away from the spotlight could strengthen chemistry and build trust much faster than a typical training camp
ever could.
It does not.
Yeah, no, Tony, it doesn't. Because when they tip it off at 7:30 or whatever night in October they tip it off, who's going to play defense on that team? It ain't going to be Luka, and it ain't going to be Austin Reeves, and that's where we start with the Lakers. Now, yeah, the big boy they just got from Utah, he's a nice defensive player. He can rebound, but the Lakers are not a threat to me, not a threat to OKC, not a threat to San Antonio. No. And that's where you start with the Western Conference. Even though Minnesota to me is worse, even though Houston is not as good, even though teams in the West other than San Antonio and OKC have taken a dive. I agree with everything you said, so I'm going to go to a quick story about Luka and the Lakers. So Luka's playing for Dallas early in his career, very early. And at one point, somebody sitting behind Luka on the front row, a trillionaire's row in then Staples Center, starts to speak Slovenian to Luka, talk a little trash. Luka's irritated. He turns around, and talking trash to him in Slovenian is Kobe Bean Bryant. How
really,
great is that, right?
That's
Kobe,
great.
who spoke like 5 languages anyway, had decided before the game, let me do a little something to Luka. One of the trillion reasons that the league and the world and we all miss Kobe Bean Bryant. But, Luka needs to do this, Tony. I think it's a smart thing. Build the bonding out. Even if you can't defend, you can be close.
Luka Dončić's leadership goes beyond putting up points. By organizing a preseason minicamp in Slovenia, he's giving the Lakers a chance to build chemistry before opening night instead of waiting until training camp. His goal is simple: create trust, strengthen relationships, and help the team enter the season united. But building chemistry is only part of the challenge. Replacing everything LeBron James brought to the locker room is far more difficult. LeBron wasn't just the team's biggest star, he was its emotional leader, communicator, and steady presence when adversity hit. Luka now faces the biggest leadership test of his career. The real question isn't whether Luka can dominate offensively. Everyone already knows he can. The question is whether he can build a championship culture and lead one of the NBA's most iconic franchises under constant pressure. No one will remember how successful the off-season minicamp was if the Lakers fail when the playoffs begin. That's when championship teams are judged, and that's where Los Angeles still has major concerns. The biggest issue remains defense. Luka Dončić and Austin Reeves are elite offensive talents, but neither has earned a reputation as a lockdown defender. In the postseason, opponents attack defensive weaknesses relentlessly until they force adjustments. The Lakers improved their frontcourt with more size and defensive depth, hoping to better protect the rim and reduce pressure on their guards. On paper, the roster looks stronger and more balanced than last season. However, defense isn't built overnight. It requires communication, discipline, and consistency, qualities that usually develop over months of playing together. That challenge becomes even greater in a loaded Western Conference. Oklahoma City, Denver, Houston, and San Antonio all have talented rosters capable of exposing any weakness during a 7-game series. Los Angeles has enough talent to win plenty of regular season games, but surviving 4 playoff rounds is a completely different challenge. Championship teams succeed because they stay balanced on both ends of the floor. There are still reasons for optimism. Luka and Austin Reeves posted a remarkable 30-11 record together last season, and lineups featuring both players produced an outstanding positive net rating. Those numbers suggest they already have the offensive foundation of a legitimate contender. They can control games, generate efficient offense, and outscore almost anyone during the regular season. The playoffs, however, tell a different story. Every possession becomes more valuable, every mistake is magnified, and every defensive breakdown can decide an entire series. Austin Reeves faces perhaps the biggest season of his career. Critics continue to question whether he can consistently defend bigger, stronger opponents when teams target him in crucial moments. His three-point shooting has also declined during recent playoff runs compared to the regular season. While the sample size isn't huge, postseason basketball leaves little room for prolonged shooting slumps. One cold stretch can swing an entire playoff series. That's why the Lakers need the confident, aggressive version of Reeves who looked like a rising star and consistently made winning plays. If he reaches that level, the Lakers could establish one of the league's most dangerous backcourts. If not, difficult decisions may eventually follow. The organization isn't rebuilding or thinking years ahead. Their mission is to compete for championships immediately while Luka Dončić is in his prime. This season will evaluate far more than the win-loss record. It will reveal whether Luka and Reeves can truly become the foundation of a title contender. If they succeed, the Lakers will have a new identity built around their next superstar. If defensive issues remain, the front office may have to consider major roster changes. Austin Reeves would instantly become one of the NBA's most valuable trade assets if another elite star becomes available, even if the Lakers prefer to keep him. The franchise has officially passed the torch from LeBron James to Luka Dončić. Now the future of the Lakers rests on Luka's shoulders. The talent is undeniable, the roster is deeper, and expectations continue to grow. But championships aren't won through excitement alone. They're earned through discipline, sacrifice, and performing under the brightest lights. The biggest question remains unanswered. Can Luka Dončić transform this talented roster into the NBA's next championship powerhouse? Or will the Lakers discover that replacing LeBron was easier than building another title team? One thing is certain. A new era of Lakers basketball has begun, and every decision Luka makes will be scrutinized. Every victory will raise expectations, every defeat will create new doubts, and the entire NBA will be watching as this new chapter unfolds.